What is up? Hello from Poznan, Poland. I'm here today for JapFest, Poland's biggest JDM automotive festival, which includes a car show, circuit race, drift event, and more. This is a massive event that happens at Poland's biggest and best racetrack, Tor Poznan. And on that note, you guys gotta check out the city of Poznan. Wow, this place is absolutely stunning. One of the most beautiful cities I've ever been to in my life. But regardless, I'm here for JapFest. This event is major, and I'm gonna be giving you a full tour today. So sit down, crack open a beer, and enjoy JapFest Poland. So the way this event is set up is the drift track and the drift paddock is at one corner of the facility. Circuit paddock and the circuit track is at the complete opposite end. In between those is where the car meet happens. We're gonna start here at the drift paddock and make our way through this event. Now, this car immediately caught my eye, not only because it's a hot pink S15 Silvia, but it's powered by a Chevrolet LS with a giant Vortec blower on it. Yes, this is a female owned and driven LS powered supercharged S15 Silvia.
Perfect.
How's the car doing?
The car is perfect.
Really?
It's amazing. You know, it never drove so good as this rolling. It wants to drift.
How much horsepower did it make?
Right now, it's safe 800 because
Safe
the
800.
first result from the dyno was something like 1,300.
Yeah, man, at this point, we're just gonna walk through the paddock, check out all the cars, but I also wanna let you guys know we have a brand new CB Media dry fit apparel design that's now officially available in red, white, and blue, both the American and Thai colors, and it came out super sick. I saw this R32 earlier. This is a really, really nice drift build, and I want to show you what's under the hood, or lack of hood. Man, these people love their UZs here, and I'm sure this thing rips. You see the door card right there? This is one of the guys from Night Ride. They're like the most OG, most famous automotive influencers here in Poland. They have a bunch of dope cars. This drift car, and most famously Kevin, their little tiny micro van that is powered by a 600cc Yamaha engine that you saw in the Ult Race video. Hell yes, son. Going for a ride with the Night Ride guys.
Yes.
And the UZ powered.
It has cams, it has valve springs, it has some other bits, long runners, ITBs, and ECU master ECU. So 350 horsepower and a
So that guy right there in the tan shirt, he built this car, and he was telling me some very interesting stuff about how they build these cars here in Poland. Two things that I found absolutely fascinating is the ITBs that they use for these UZ engines are actually the ITBs of the S65 M3 V8, the same engine that I have in Cream Pie in my E30, because those M3 engines are actually like very common here. The second thing that I found fascinating is the gearbox they use in these cars is from a 330D. It's from a BMW diesel, like an E46 generation, because they're built to handle torque. This engine right here makes 440 horsepower and revs to 8,500 RPM. It's a beautiful car.
Thank you.
What engine is it?
V8 BMW, 4 liters turbo.
They have a BMW V8 in this? So which V8 did this come out of? The M5?
No, it's BMW 5 Series, 7 Series.
I forgot to ask, how much horsepower did this make?
500.
500 wheel horsepower? Nice.
700 Newton meters.
700 Newton meters of torque.
Very, very safe setup.
Super nice people. They just got married 2 weeks ago. They're saving their honeymoon till later in the year. They want to go visit Thailand. But that was definitely unexpected. BMW V8 Turbo. Wow. I just didn't expect that. They're headed out on track now, so let's go over there and see if we can get some footage of them kicking that thing sideways. You see, these people have a Lexus ISF drift car. There's another one over there as well. And I guess because they do come with the UZ, which they come with a V8, and you can convert them to a manual. I guess RX-7s are very popular drift cars here as well. See what I'm saying? There's two Lexus IS. It's the manual transmission. You know, I never really thought about having one of these as a drift car, but it makes sense. Rear wheel drive, massive wheelbase, so it's really good for sliding. It's another one. I've seen 3 Lexus IS drift cars in the past 10 minutes. Stock engine?
Stock engine.
But it's the UZ, right?
No, not UZ. For GR FSE.
Oh, okay.
So it's V6, no V8. We had the only gearbox changed for the manual because normally it's most of the times with the
Automatic.
Yes.
So this is the stock V6, but you put the manual transmission
you
in
put
it.
the manual-
How much does this car sell for here? Is it
In
cheap?
Poland, I think you can got one around 10 to 15,000 zloty. So let's say around 3,000 bucks you can have pretty.
Wow, that's a good drift car for $3,000. And another UZ powered car. This time you have an NA Miata with a 1UZ full drift car. Man, this is crazy to me, but I guess it makes sense. If you want reliable V8 power, it is hard to beat the Toyota UZ. We should probably make our way like through the vendor section. I was walking that way and I saw this S2000. Look at that thing. That is freaking sick. At first, I thought it was like a track-inspired show car, but then I noticed all the brake dust on the wheels and then the brake ducting and the front bumper and the stickers, like the track stickers on it. This is like a properly set up S2000 track car. With the price increase of these things over the past few years, you really don't see them set up like this for like hardcore track duty that much anymore. It's good to see. Also, the best S2000 color, possibly. And on white T37s, 10 out of 10 S2000 build, in my humble opinion. It is very much overcast with actually a light sprinkle going on here at JapFest. We need to make our way through the vendor section. Really nice S15 Sylvia. The one thing I want to show you that's really interesting to me is a JDM Honda, and that is this. So when I walked up, I assumed this was a Honda City, but I noticed on the back of the hatchback, it actually said Honda Jazz. And I was like, Honda Jazz? Like a Honda Fit? And come to find out, the Honda City, which was a Japanese car, was sold in Europe under the nameplate Jazz. You learn something new every day. This is the Night Ride booth. They have a beautiful little AE86 that's sitting here, but they have multiple vehicles in their stable. The Lexus. Dude, it's I've never seen so many ISs in my entire life. It's crazy. When you think about these Yaris GRs, you think about them being like a tiny car, and then you see it sitting next to a CRX and you realize it's actually massive. I love Honda CRXs. I know I'm 6'4", 194 centimeters, so I'm way too tall for them, but I actually owned two back in the day. I owned a red SI and a white HF. And I still, to this day, I love these cars. And it's not often you see them that clean. You know, so far, of the cars that I've seen, if you've told me, Chad, you can take one home with you, you know, I've already kind of made my way around the area to check out some of the cars. My favorite so far, this black Acura NSX on the bronze T37s. Absolutely beautiful car, like super, super clean, which I guess it makes sense because it's in a detailing booth. But possibly my second favorite car here is this yellow S15 Silvia, which is strange to me because normally I hate yellow cars. And I normally hate cars with mismatching wheels. It's got gunmetal T37s on the back, bronze T37s on the front. Okay, let's keep it moving. That is officially the finish of the vendor area here at JapFest. We're now gonna be making our way into what is pretty much the center of the circuit, where this is where most of the spectator cars are parked. Beautiful. Z30, or is this a Z31? This is a Z31 300ZX. Man, this thing is nice. T37s, very, very clean. So in America, we call these the Acura TSX Type S, but pretty much everywhere else in the world, they're known as a Honda Accord Type R. And I actually really love these cars. I wish we had them in Thailand. We do have a few, but they're crazy expensive. I'm talking about like 50,000 US dollars because they were imported into the country. But I believe these cars are like some of the best daily drivers that you can have. Also, by the way, one thing that I noticed is there are tents everywhere at this event because most people that are attending JapFest, they just brought their own tent and they're sleeping at the track all weekend. I'm sure this place gets crazy at night knowing how much Polish people love their vodka. By the way, I really like this EK9, this white Civic EK9. This thing is very, very nice. I'm a huge fan of these cars. Okay, we have to keep it moving. It's still sprinkling here, but it's not like full out rain yet. So we have a lot of cars to cover. I was told this event's gonna bring out 700 cars. I mean, this is a very large facility. Like I said at the beginning of this video, kind of this middle section that we're currently in is where the car meet is. And where we started was where the drift section is, and where we will eventually end up is where the circuit race is. Oh, look at this. You know, it's kind of weird. At this point, we're all jaded to R32, R33, and R34 Skylines, especially now in the US that they've become legal, and you see one at pretty much every car meet. But the R30 Skylines are actually something that's pretty rare. So another vehicle that I've noticed is really popular here in Poland compared to other places in the world is the DSMs. These second gen Eclipse are almost everywhere. I particularly love this one with the very much period correct wheels and livery on it. It's a pretty sick build. Most of the ones that I've seen so far are, I think, GSTs, or the front wheel drive ones. I haven't seen any GSX all wheel drive ones yet, but this one, that's pretty sick. Again, very, very period correct. Seriously, look at this. Lexus IS, IS, IS. There's another one over here. Here's an IS, I think this is called a Sport Cross in the US at least. Another IS, IS, IS. What is up with Poland and the Lexus IS cars? They absolutely love these things here. I guess it makes sense because from what I've been told, they're so cheap. They're rear-wheel drive. They come with a good engine, whether it be an actually aspirated JZ that you can just strap a turbo to, or the UZ. Me personally, I like this Lexus. I know it's really a Toyota, but in the US, this was either a GS 300 and it came with the 2JZ and actually aspirated, or it was a GS 400 and it came with the UZ. I feel like the same person that did this livery on the second gen Eclipse also did the livery on that Toyota Arista. I think that's what it's called in Japan. Again, I'm used to calling it a GS Lexus. So this IS right here, they strapped a turbo to that one. Very nice. A side note, it's very interesting to be here because I apparently look like I'm Polish. Like I look like a Polish person because everybody walks up to me on the streets, in restaurants, and they immediately speak to me in Polish. And then I'm like, bro, I don't understand what you're saying. So it's very strange for me to be in a country where I look like the locals, but I'm not a local. Because if you couldn't guess, when I'm in Southeast Asia, I definitely don't look like the locals. But anyway, when I'm walking around here, talking to you guys, making this video, people are like, what the hell is going on? Because that Polish guy is speaking English. Apparently, I really look like I'm Polish. Lightning yellow. I think that's called lightning yellow. Is that correct? I know all my Evo colors by heart. So I'm talking to this guy right here. He has a very interesting car that's for sale. It's a Celica GT4, but it's not just a normal GT4. It's a WRC version that's very rare and very limited. It's for sale for 80,000 zloty, which is about 20,000 US dollars. But the difference between the GT4 and the WRC is the WRC came factory with methanol injection, anti-lag, and an intercooler sprayer.
So you got the anti-lag system, you got the spray bar, you can see free spray nozzles.
Yeah.
For the radiator, for the charge cooler system.
Yeah, I have an Evo, and the Evo has the
Got
same
them, yeah.
thing. The Evo 9 has the same thing where you have the intercooler sprayer.
Super good as well. I think
Yeah.
they have a factory in the back and it works.
Yeah, but I definitely don't have methanol injection or anti-lag
It's
factory.
hard to see, but there's an injector under the throttle body in the manifold.
How many did they make of these?
2.5, like it says on advert.
Really?
2.5,
2,500.
yeah, 2,500.
Wow, man.
And, to recognize them, the VIN numbers start from 1026 up to 3,300. I don't know exactly last digits, but that's
Yeah.
how you can identify real WRC.
That's awesome. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Very cool car. If you got 20,000 US dollars and you want a very, very special GT4, there you go. Look at I love period correct livery. What is the BMW doing here? I'm joking, but this one's very nice. I actually really like the color and the carbon fenders. Very nice Volk multi-piece wheels. Next to that, I'm pretty sure that this is a Liberty Walk GR Yaris. These things with the wide body kit look crazy. And my favorite thing about this build is actually the wheels. I love these multi-piece OZ racing wheels. This really is a cool place for a car meet though, especially the fact that you can have the drifting in one side, the circuit race in the other side. Really nice Evo 5. And it's just really chill vibe here, man, especially everybody's setting up and camping, and the weather's so nice. I said it was sprinkling a little bit earlier, but one of the best things about being in Poland this time of year is simply the weather. The weather is perfect. Like you can walk around all day and make a YouTube video and not just completely sweat your balls off. But guys, I want to show you something. I didn't know that this Honda Accord existed. Apparently this is a Honda Accord. At first I thought it was a Civic, and then somebody corrected me. This is actually an Accord Type R, and it's a European Accord Type R. It looks like it has an H22, or maybe that is an F20. Nope, it's an H22. So basically what this is essentially a four-door Prelude, I guess. Huh. Had no idea. Oh man. I was looking at the Accord and I didn't even notice that EK9 next to it with the K-swap. That is probably the nicest Civic that I've seen here so far at JapFest. What the hell is going on with this R35 GTR? There's no way that is an actual GTR police car from Dubai. They have to be trolling. And how is it legal to put a police livery on your car in Poland? I've said this before, I feel like Poland is like the Thailand version of Europe. Like it's kind of the Wild West, and it's kind of like anything goes, including putting police stickers all over your GTR. That's crazy. You'll notice it's in the details. The plates, even the plates are from Dubai. Excuse me, that's not Japanese, that's Korean. What the hell? Anyway, we've pretty much made our way through like the center area of the track. It's time for us to make our way over to the circuit race area. If I'm not mistaken, they're doing a time attack event today here at JapFest. So there should be some properly set up track cars. Okay, so I walked over here expecting to see all the circuit cars, and I spotted what is hands down the craziest car here at JapFest. And this is the Suzuki Swift. I say Suzuki Swift in air quotes because this thing is crazy, bro. It has an LS7 out of a Corvette Z06, pistons and rods, built engine, twin turbo. It makes 1,100 horsepower on the break-in tune, and it's all-wheel drive. You guys gotta check this thing out. This is wild. And they said in a few minutes they're actually going to start it for me, which is gonna be crazy. At first, I thought it was an EG hatchback, but it's actually a Suzuki Swift. And again, I say Suzuki Swift, but you'll notice all of this is complete tube chassis. You have one giant turbo here. You have another giant turbo over there. You'll notice on the inside, the transmission is a TH400, but then it has a drive shaft going that way to the front wheels, then obviously another drive shaft going that way to the rear wheels. And yeah, this thing is hands down the craziest car here at JapFest. 4-wheel drive, 1,000+ horsepower, twin turbo LS Suzuki Swift. So I really thought this section of the event was like nothing but like dedicated time attack track cars. And there are some here, like this S2000 is crazy. That thing is a hardcore dedicated track car. But the reality of the situation is some of the nicest cars here at JapFest are in this section of the event. Look at how cool this is. Evo, Rally Art themed, being towed by a Pajero, Rally Art themed. There's some really, really nice cars here. When I first got here to Poland, when I was still in Krakow, there was a car club there that basically hosted a little local car meet just for me. And one of the guys that showed up has this EG hatchback, spoon themed EG with a case swap. It's supercharged, it has nitrous, like crazy custom interior. Seriously, one of the nicest EG hatchbacks in all of Poland. So far, this is the only R34 Skyline that I've seen here at JapFest. You know, when it comes to the typical JDM legends, there's 4 of them. The NSX, the FD RX-7, the Skyline, and the Supra. Really, at least here in Poland, the Supra is definitely the most popular out of those 4. Me personally, I love this one. I can't remember the name of this car. Back in the day, we used to call it Monkey Poop Brown, but this one's perfection. Stock body with a single turbo, just absolute Supra perfection. But I do want to show you another one that's really sick, and it's right here. This one is Midnight Purple 3, and you guys saw this car at Alt Race a few weeks ago, parked next to an R34 GTR, which is also Midnight Purple 3, which is super cool to see these together. But this is probably one of the nicest Mark IV Supra builds here in Poland. And on the complete opposite end of that spectrum, what is going on with this Mark III? Like, what in 1991 happened to this car? This looks like some type of like weird European special edition from some guy's garage that they built. It's very period correct, I will say. By the way, one thing that I've noticed here is in Poland, here at JapFest, the models don't look very JDM at all. But I guess I'm not mad at it. Yeah. Probably my favorite, like, true classic JDM car is these Datsun Zs. And if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know I'm kind of on a kick when it comes to green cars. This thing, beautiful. Okay, I just saw something extremely sick. Look at this 86. Holy crap. That thing has to be nuts on track. So I was telling my my new friend here that I love these 86s. I've driven multiple of them on track. The biggest problem with them is they're just so underpowered. And he immediately said, I fixed that problem. 100%, bro.
Just put it in a
Yeah, that thing is sick, bro. That thing is nasty. And another Supra. Oh my God. Is that a Supra? Okay, so this is probably one of the sickest lineups here at JapFest. Acura NSX, or excuse me, Honda NSX Type S. The Nismo R35, and what is hands down the best color spec. And then sitting next to that, real deal, legit R34 GTR. I have seen one other R34 here, but it was a GST. This is the only legit proper GTR here at JapFest. Next to that, a very, very clean stock body FDRX7, red Recaro seats, just beautiful car. And then another Datsun Z and a very, very period correct paint code. I love these Datsuns. Oh, guys, there is another R34 here. Check it out. And it's an active red. This color code on these cars is called active red. It's a very rare paint code on Skylines. You just really don't see red Skylines. Me personally, because of how unique it is, I think they look fantastic in red. Dude, look at this thing. Do you realize what this is? I've never seen one of these cars in my life. This is a Honda Accord Type R wagon, a Euro Accord Type R wagon. Like I said earlier, we have these in the US. They're known as an Acura TSX Type S, but we never got the wagon version. All-wheel drive, turbo, EK9. B-Series, big turbo, all-wheel drive conversion in an EK9. Wow. As a Nissan guy, I'm embarrassed. Earlier, I was talking about like the 4 JDM legends, the NSX, the FDRX7, the Supra, and the Skyline. How dare I forget the Fairlady Z? Man, both this Mark IV Supra and this S14 are like totally hammered. But what's cool about the S14 is look at the engine bay. Look how clean that 1J swap is. I love the wheel wells and how the firewall and everything is shaved super clean. And I actually love the purple engine bay. Okay, you hardcore JDM nerds, do me a favor. What is this thing? This like micro van deal? It's a Honda. I know it's a Honda. I see the H badge in the grill, but I've never seen one of these in my life. If you know what it is, like the model of it, please drop a comment below. Poland being a country that half the year the entire place is under snow, I was kind of wondering how the whole Evo versus Subaru situation would play out here at JapFest. But Subarus are definitely the more popular platform when it comes to all-wheel drive, 4-cylinder, turbocharged Japanese cars. This Hawkeye in World Rally Blue on Air Ride is probably my favorite one here at this event. So I was about to wrap up this video, and then I got word that Carolina, the Polish chick that drives the supercharged LS S15, has offered to give me a ride. So let's go party. Okay, yeah, this is going to be pretty freaking serious. Let's go!